According to Warren Buffett, many Americans are living the American nightmare rather than the American dream. It's quite unfortunate that 58% of Americans are barely managing to make ends meet and struggle to afford even their groceries. This situation affects people all across America, regardless of where they live. Interestingly, being broke doesn't always depend on how much money you make. There are cases where people with low-paying jobs and families have been able to save a significant amount of money, while on the other hand, some individuals earning six-figure salaries still struggle to make it to the next paycheck, and it's their own choice. Warren Buffett himself is a prime example of someone who built immense wealth despite starting with very little. Money is a fundamental necessity for our survival, and that is why we engage in work. As Warren Buffett famously stated, "If you don't learn to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die." If you wish to break free from the burden of debt, live the life you desire, and positively impact those around you, it is crucial to understand and address the 5 key factors that Warren Buffett identified as obstacles to financial prosperity. 1. Zero balance. Let's imagine you have $50 in your bank account. Normally, when you think you have $50, you assume you can spend all $50, right? Well, this can lead to a big problem, as Warren Buffett suggests. The key is not to buy things you can't afford, even if you have the exact amount in your account. This is what we call zero balance thinking, and it can be detrimental to building wealth. It also shows that your income alone doesn't determine whether you're broke or rich. For example, Warren Buffett lives a lifestyle that costs around $100,000 per year, despite being the 5th richest person in the world. On the other hand, if you earn $40,000 a year and spend the entire amount, you're still broke. The same goes for someone earning $100,000 and spending it all. The important thing is to set aside a portion of your income as savings, so you're prepared for emergencies and can invest for the future, allowing your money to grow over time. Consider how long it has been since Warren Buffett made his first stock investment. It emphasizes the power of long-term thinking and investing. To further illustrate the concept of zero balance thinking, let me share an example. I had a close coworker who had a passion for fashion and frequently bought nice clothing pieces. That year, we received a substantial stimulus check of around $250 because the company was doing well. When I discussed it with my coworker, they decided to use the entire check to buy a new pair of pants instead of utilizing it to grow their wealth. This demonstrates the consequence of zero balance thinking. However, you may wonder how to avoid falling into this mindset. There is one simple rule to follow, known as the Rule of 5. If you can't afford to buy 5 of the items you want with cash, then you can't truly afford it at all. For instance, if you only have $50, you should only consider purchasing something that costs $10. It's important not to complicate matters unnecessarily. As Warren Buffett once said, "I don't look to jump over 7-foot bars. I look around for 1-foot bars that I can step over." Don't make your path to financial success harder than it needs to be and avoid zero balance thinking. 2. Payment traps. Warren Buffett emphasizes a crucial point that can easily be overlooked. Low prices can work against you if you're not careful. Many people who appear wealthy may not actually be rich, they simply give off the impression of wealth. They possess expensive possessions, leaving you wondering how they can afford them when you cannot. Warren Buffett provides an apt analogy. Only when the tide goes out do you discover who's been swimming naked. In other words, when you closely examine their financial situation, you'll see who is genuinely wealthy and who is not. The truth is that these individuals cannot truly afford their lavish lifestyle, even if they think they can. Let's take the example of someone you know who recently bought a Mercedes. They may have monthly payments of $350, which seems manageable. However, just because they can afford the monthly payments does not mean they can afford to buy the car brand new with cash up front. In essence, they cannot afford it. This leads to the illusion that you can spend more money than you actually have because you're not paying large sums up front for the items you possess. For instance, with 0 APR, annual percentage rate, deals, you can buy almost anything with monthly installments. You may be tempted to think you can afford many items due to these installments. However, you still have to pay the full amount back eventually. When you have to pay for not just a car at $350 but also a couch at $75 a month, along with other items in your home and credit card debt, you will remain financially strained. Therefore, it is essential to avoid falling into payment traps designed to keep you broke. 3. Compounding. Once you have overcome payment traps and the zero balance mindset, you can shift your focus to the power of compounding your money. Compounding is a magical effect that enables your money to grow at an exponential rate. To make the most of this magical effect, you need to understand two important concepts that Warren Buffett is well acquainted with: assets and liabilities. Assets are things you own that generate income, such as dividend-paying stocks or real estate. On the other hand, liabilities are things you buy that drain your finances, like cars, clothes, or new cell phones. Many people who are financially struggling tend to buy things that make them appear rich. However, since these things are liabilities, they don't contribute to true wealth. When you flip this around and focus on purchasing assets, you can genuinely become rich. In fact, you can become so financially well off that you can easily afford liabilities using the cash generated by your assets. An anecdote can help illustrate this concept. I knew someone who was doing well financially and contemplating their next steps. They were tempted to buy a new car that would enhance their image and fulfill a long-standing desire. However, they were also interested in personal finance and wealth building. After reading several books, they discovered that rich people often invest in real estate, including Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger. Inspired by this knowledge, my friend decided to purchase a small apartment complex. After a month of preparing the place for rent, they found a tenant and started earning a $300 profit every month. This exemplifies how assets generate cash while liabilities, despite their appeal, provide no financial return. The best part is that you don't need a significant amount of money to start benefiting from the compounding effect. While real estate can be expensive, you can invest in assets like dividend-paying stocks with as little as $5 a day, $5 a week, or even $5 a month, whatever amount you are comfortable with. It's important to note that assets are not the same as keeping your money in a savings account. A savings account will only yield minimal growth with interest income. This income is earned through your hard work, and you cannot work indefinitely, nor would you want to. You deserve the freedom to pursue your desires, and to achieve that, you need your money to work for you and grow. That's exactly what assets do. The more money you have invested in assets, the faster it will grow, and the quicker you'll accumulate wealth. One simple rule to effectively harness the power of compounding is the 5-to-1 rule. This means that for every $5 you spend on liabilities, you invest $1 into assets. For example, if you spend $15 at Walmart, you would invest $3 into Walmart. If you spend $80 at Costco, you would invest $16 in Costco. 4. Flashy lifestyle. The unfortunate reality is that social media often exaggerates things. It showcases numerous individuals who appear rich, but in reality, they are not genuinely wealthy. In fact, there have been many stories of people accumulating significant amounts of debt just to portray a lavish lifestyle on platforms like Instagram. The solution is simple. Avoid getting caught up in the allure of a flashy lifestyle. Take a moment to observe Warren Buffett. You won't find any prominent brands on his suits. He leads a frugal life, eats inexpensively, and still resides in the very first home he purchased. Yet, look at how wealthy he is. You can follow in his footsteps, focusing on the things that truly matter in your life while simultaneously building wealth. 5. Step ahead. While it may be tempting to blame businesses for their pursuit of profit, the truth is that we are all striving to survive in the current world. The real issue lies in our individual choices when it comes to purchasing. Many people lack a filter and buy things they don't actually need simply because they want them. However, once you develop a filter and resist the urge to make unnecessary purchases, you'll begin to feel richer. With the extra money you save, you can start investing and witness the growth of your wealth. As you see your money grow, you may desire it to grow even faster, prompting you to explore ways to increase your income. This is where you transition from being a saver and investor to becoming a producer, like the businesses you buy from. By generating more cash flow, whether through working extra hours, seeking a promotion, or starting a side hustle, you can acquire more assets and accelerate your wealth accumulation. This allows you to finally prioritize the things that truly matter to you. The key is preparation. As Warren Buffett wisely said, predicting rain doesn't count. Building arcs does.